Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome to my PowerPoint presentation of the Elegy bow and Venti explained, and I'm here to talk about the bow itself, how it's used, and whether it's worth getting. I know it's a bit late, but bear with me. So, take a look at the key info. So I've underlined the main info that you need for this bow, so you can pause the video if you want, but the main thing to note is the buffs that it gives after you hit them enough times, after you get enough sigils, and the overall cooldown is about 20 seconds. And then here are the stats on the right hand side. Alright, so now we're going to be taking a look at the different timings for the Elegy bow as well as Venti's Burst. So first off, to get max stacks of the Elegy sigils before the buff procs, every 0.2 seconds you hit an enemy you get 1 stack, maximum 4, hence the least amount of time to max out the stacks is 0.8 seconds. Now we have the Elegy bow buff duration, which is 12 seconds, and then the downtime after that is 8 seconds, as the total cooldown is 20 seconds, but then we add on the time to get max stacks before we get the buff. It's a total time of 20.8 total cooldown. Now Venti's Burst lasts 8 seconds with a downtime of 7 seconds, as it has a 15 seconds total cooldown. So this will be the key for the upcoming slides, and they are color coded as well. So here we go for the first timestamp. So this is for Elegy bow plus Venti over time. This is when you do buff and burst synergy. So as you can see, we have a 20.8 second cycle. So we use Venti Burst over here with Venti downtime after that. As you can see, the 0.8 seconds are the white bars you can see, and then Elegy buff, then Elegy downtime, and then it'll repeat continuously. And then Venti's Burst will have a 5.8 seconds extra downtime added on to the 7 seconds cooldown, giving us a total of 12.8 seconds total downtime for Venti's Burst. Now this is the other way of using Elegy bow, which is essentially just spamming burst with Venti. And as you can see here, the first part is pretty much the same, but over here you use Venti's Burst again, and for a good amount of time it won't have any buffs from the Elegy bow, but just before the burst ends, the Elegy buff will proc again just before the second Venti Burst finishes. And then after the Venti downtime, the third time you use Venti Burst, just for a moment, a good amount of seconds, you will have full Elegy effect, so the attack percent as well as the elemental mastery buff. And then with this, it will have a 45 second cycle with a 3.4 seconds downtime in terms of the Elegy buff. But overall, this is what you get for the info. Now for the data summary. So the pros: Venti's Burst can be spammed without much worry, as we can see from the data previously. And then when spamming the burst, every third Venti Burst will have the full effect of Elegy, both attack percent and elemental mastery, just showing you here as I've pointed it out in the graph. Now the cons: if you're spamming the burst, 1 of 4 Venti bursts within the 60-second timestamp won't have the Elegy elemental mastery buff for long, and I'm referring to the second Venti burst within this 60-second timestamp. And then the second con: if timing the bursts, Venti's Burst will never receive the 20% attack buff, as it is a snapshot buff. So there are videos explaining what snapshot is, but essentially you already summoned the burst before you got the 20% attack buff, hence it's not going to apply to the already summoned burst. Now for the conclusion: using Elegy on Venti, regardless of which strategy, spam or timing, works just fine. Elegy currently works best with Vaporize/Melt comps, mainly because of the fact that it increases elemental mastery by 120% attack to all party members. Artifacts can focus on other stats because the bow will provide all the energy recharge you need on Venti, so 55.1% at level 90 is huge. Overall, it's definitely a fine bow considering the full party buffs, and that elemental mastery is not snapshot, though attack percent still is. However, in my opinion, this bow is not a necessity. Now, there's been a lot of people talking about how this bow is, not that good. There's many unhappy customers regarding this bow, mainly because of the snapshot of the attack percent as well as the cooldown. But you have to keep in mind that if you combine this with someone like Venti Burst, as well as him having the Noblesse Oblige 4-piece set, you can get insane attack stats on many different DPS characters. So, such as my friend, he uses this bow with Venti along with Klee and Ganyu, and his Klee reaches 4k attack, which is pretty insane. In any case, it's your boy Nitrostorm. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video regarding the Elegy bow. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. I'll be sure to respond if you do have any. And hopefully this video informed you on this bow, and hopefully it'll help you decide whether or not you should summon for this or save up. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.